Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 8 of the NordCast. I am your host here, Nordic97, joined with Carter.
How's it going?
And Jack.
Hello, everyone.
And yeah, everybody, this is the 8th episode, also the first episode that will be posted on YouTube. So hello, YouTube followers. If you guys aren't new, I'm Nordic. The guy in the Ducks hat's Carter, and the guy in the Patagonia. I definitely said that wrong.
Patagonia, yep.
Oh, yeah.
You actually got that right. I'm surprised.
Wait, I got it right.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, the guy in the hood and the hat and the dude perfect basketball net behind him is Jack. So yeah, this is the NordCast crew. For those who don't know, I do have a podcast, or we do have a podcast. If you'd like to take a look at our other 7 episodes, all you got to do is press on your favorite podcast platform. It can be Spotify, Apple Music, anything like that. Search up NordCast, and we're right there. We've interviewed plenty of hockey TikTokers, including a pro player. So we've already done some good things through 8 episodes. But anyways, we're not going to waste any more of your time. Let's get into the episode. So starting it off here, we're going to take a look at the team that has been absolutely red hot the past 10 games, and it is the New Jersey Devils. Man, this team started off the year 0-2. I made the video. I think you guys may have saw it, that I said the Devils still suck, and I called for them to be fired. Yeah. That went great for me, didn't it? But they are now 13-3-0. They have been playing unbelievable. And as I said, they haven't lost a game since November 24th. That hasn't happened yet. October 24th against the Washington Capitals. They have been absolutely on a tear and playing some incredible hockey as of late. And really, they're honestly showing no signs of stopping. And it just goes to show that, you shouldn't jump the gun on a team so early. And that's what I did, unfortunately. So, yeah, I mean, the Devils have looked amazing. Like, some of the play that I've seen from some of these players have looked significant. Carter, do you have any player stats that are worth mentioning?
I do. At least I think I did. Yeah. So looking at their player stats, their leading scorer, Jesper Bratt, who's looked awesome. 21 points through 16 games, really leading that offense there for the Devils. Of course, Jack Hughes, obviously, he's turned into a stud. Everyone calling him a bust after his first year. He's put up 18 in 16 games, so he's looked awesome as well. Nico Hischier, former first overall pick, he's looked awesome as well. Dougie Hamilton, their top defensive scorer there, with 14 through 16.
Yeah, and as well as that, Thomas Tatar as well has looked interesting too. A pretty old player is putting up some solid stats. He's 5th in Devils scoring right now. And I would also like to mention that they're doing all of this with Andre Palat hurt. And I think that's huge. I mean, he was arguably their biggest free agent acquisition. You could argue, honestly, it's probably Vanacek. I mean, like, when you look at it, Vanacek's been like the most valuable for this team. But yeah, Palat, one of their big free agent acquisitions, has been out since I say through, I think, 5 games into the season. But still, they're on a tear, and I think that's very impressive. Jack, you got anything to add?
Yeah, as you said, Palat, probably their biggest free agent signing. I feel like they've overlooked him a little bit just because the Tampa, the back-to-back cups, he was kind of a role player just because of how good they were. But, yeah, he gets an opportunity here, and he's one of the best players on New Jersey right now. So, yeah, and they're still winning without him, so it's good to see.
Yeah. I would also like to throw something in here. Would you guys believe me if I told you that this is the best winning streak, the best 10-game winning streak, the second best 10-game winning streak the NHL has ever seen since 2007-2008? Would you believe me?
What do you mean by best?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Analytically, it's the best.
Oh.
Or second best.
Probably.
No, not this Devils team, no. I wouldn't.
Looking at their wins, they've played really well. Like, they've outscored their opponents a lot. Analytics, if we're talking about, like, just based on pure scoring, yes. But I'd still stick with yes.
Well, that is a factor in there. You look at some of their wins: 6-2 against Detroit, 1-0 against Colorado. I thought was very impressive. 7-1 against Columbus, 5-2 against Vancouver, 5-1 against Montreal. Yeah, they're scoring goals. That's not what I'm here to talk about. Advanced analytically, they are the second best in the past 2007-2008. That's like, I should know. It's like the past 15 years
15.
almost. Yeah, 15 years.
Yeah.
I think it's actually 15. Yeah, analytically, they are the second best behind the 2018-19 St. Louis Blues 10-game winning streak, which is really no surprise.
Wow.
Well, looking at their like stats in general, like they've given up the least amount of shots on goal, which is key to winning hockey games. They're second in shots on goal, tied for second in goals, and third in goals allowed. So as always, showing not letting not letting guys shoot the puck. It's gonna help you win some games.
Yeah, and that's a huge difference maker from last year, and not just last year, but the previous years before that. They were down towards the bottom in those stats that you just listed. And this year, through those 10 games, they've really shown that this team has turned around. And I think this might be finally the year that this Devils team has finally taken that step. And now that leads me on to my next question. Do you guys think the Devils will make the playoffs off of this 10-game winning streak? I know it's early, it's November, but do you guys think they can?
Yeah, I think so. Anytime you go on a 10-game winning streak, like that's pretty incredible, especially in the NHL. There's really no easy matchup. Yeah, so I mean, just a really great streak for the Devils right now. Like really nobody expected this, honestly, and yeah, they just look really good overall. Yeah, I do think they're gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah, they'll definitely won't keep their pace, but they'll definitely still keep on playing extremely well against like a lot of these teams. I think they definitely still keep up in the playoffs and they'll stay in there.
Yeah, and out of the last 61 10-game winning streaks, actually it might be out of the last 60. Wait, out of the 61 10, there's no way there's been only 61. But like out of the last 61 10-game winning streaks, this is going back further than 0708. Only 58 of them have made the playoffs, so pretty decent odds for the Devils there. But yeah, their schedule upcoming could prove that this team may have some big tests ahead. I know they play Toronto in their very next game on Thursday, the 17th. Then they play Ottawa. Then they play Edmonton. So really,
going on a little Canadian trip.
Yeah, they go on a little.
Well, Canadians, I think, are coming to them because I think it's a homestand.
Wait, no, they go to Toronto and Ottawa for 2. Then they go back home for Edmonton and Toronto again. So really, I mean, with the way this team's playing right now, there should be really no signs of stopping in this winning.
Yeah.
I know Toronto's a good team. They should beat Toronto, though. They've beaten Ottawa during this winning streak. They beat Edmonton, and they can beat Toronto. Then you look at Buffalo, Washington, New York. Honestly, they could still keep going. They're playing at that level right now where they could just keep going. And I mean, yes, you can argue that when you look at their opponents, they've played some weaker opponents. Like, I'm not going to come out here and say, oh, Vancouver's an amazing win. But I mean, I still think they can carry it on. So yeah, any last thoughts on the New Jersey Devils and their overall 10-game winning streak?
They look really good.
No.
I'll throw in this final question here. How long do you think it'll last before they lose? Will they lose the next game and will look like idiots?
Who do they play next?
Toronto.
I think they'll beat Toronto. I'm going to say 12. Stops at 12.
12? I could see that.
Ooh.
I'm trying to think, what has been the longest winning streak in recent years? Because I think St. Louis had an 11-game one in 2018-19. And Pittsburgh had a 10-game one last year, but I can't think of any apart from that. I don't know. But yeah, moving on here from the New Jersey Devils, moving on to another team that we've talked about a lot during this podcast, especially this season, and it's the Vancouver Canucks. The Canucks have just, again, nothing's really changed since we made that podcast where they were 0-4, if I'm correct, to start the year. Nothing's really changed, except we may see a coaching change becoming very soon. A report from Elliot Friedman and Rick Dhaliwal says that the Canucks will be making a coaching change. It's a matter of when and not if, which is absolutely unbelievable. Currently, the Canucks sit at 7th, if I'm correct, or maybe even last. Oh, no, 7th, because the Ducks are worse. At 7th in that Pacific Division. So, what are your guys' thoughts on that? If anybody wants to chip in, really, Bruce Boudreau has only played a little less than 70 games with the Canucks.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know if you can blame Barry Trotz. I don't know. This team just hasn't really what?
Did Barry Trotz? Do you mean Bruce Boudreau?
Oh my God, that's upsetting. Yeah,
your fault, Trotz.
they're both chubby guys. All right, you can mix them up easily. But okay, back on track to what I was saying. like they just haven't looked good. Like I don't know I don't think you can really blame the coach that much,
He's
especially
been
because
given
like
a roster to win. He has a winning roster.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
they have a solid roster. I think really they could just improve the defense, and I think they'd be fine.
it's
Yeah,
it's I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's a coaching thing. I think it's more so the players.
And I
Like
think we
they just
talked
can't
about
click.
this in a previous episode. It was with another TikToker. It might have been Max. It might have been Bartner. But we
I think it
talked
might have been
about.
Bartner.
I think it might have been Bart. I don't know. We talked about. I don't know. Who knows? But like with the Canucks, I think the reason why they just won't like tear this down or like do anything about that is because of ownership. I don't think Francesco Aquilini wants to really tear this team down and go through another rebuild because let's face it, the past like 9 years, they've only made the playoffs once, and that was during the bubble year. So, I mean, like on paper, I guess they have a roster to win, but do they really? I mean, I don't know. And like guys like Brock Besser, he's been terrible this year. Just outright terrible so far. Kuzmenko, Pedersen, they've looked solid, but I think we might finally see a Brock Besser trade happen. I know it's been in the rumor mill for years now, but I think we could finally see it happen.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I
Well,
think so too. And if this keeps up, I mean, they could be big time sellers. They got some good pieces on that team. So
yeah,
if they do decide to go into a rebuild, I mean, they could get it started. Uh, get some picks for some of those solid players they got.
I think with like a team like this, it's been the relatively same core for the past couple of years
Yeah,
now.
it has.
Maybe they'll finally just say, screw it, let's just tear it down. And it's kind of like a situation in Winnipeg. I know Winnipeg's good right now, Carter. I know
hey,
they're
hey, leave us out of this.
they're second in the Central right now, and we talked about this in a previous podcast. But we said how the Jets could sell all their pieces for Shifley, Wheeler, and get a ton back in return. Maybe the Canucks could do the same.
Oh, they definitely like looking at their guys, like most of their value won't get much higher than this.
Yeah, it
Like,
really won't, and especially if they wait longer. Like Besser is slowly regressing.
yeah,
Like, and
you have to either pull the trigger on him now or deal with the consequence of getting low return.
yeah, Besser and Horvat, let's face it, they're like the best. They're like the best value they can be right now because
Yeah.
Miller's probably going to stay in Vancouver. I mean, he signed that 8-year deal. He's more than likely staying in
Yeah.
Vancouver for the long run. So, I mean, Besser and Horvat are your best options. Maybe they should figure out a way to trade them. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, one thing that I did kind of like saw like looking at this Vancouver team, I saw this on Instagram, but I had kind of gone through this last night and was looking at this. 16, I'm pretty sure it's 16 out of their last 17 games, they've let up 3 or more goals,
Yeah, that's right.
which is that's not a recipe for success.
yeah.
And then it that's not good. Letting up 3 or more goals, you can't win hockey games like that. That's just not how you do it.
And
Yeah,
it's
their
really
defense.
put. Oh, sorry, Jack.
No, I was just gonna say their defense has been brutal. They're just
Yeah.
leaving Demko out there to dry.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that too. It's literally
Yeah.
put Demko's stats in the toilet. Like it's me.
Yeah, they really have. He's not bad either. He's
Yeah,
a
No,
solid goalie.
Demko's a great goaltender.
Yeah.
Like he's definitely one of like the better goaltenders in the league. But if you can't help him, like you're shooting. Like let's take a look at Carter Hart. Look at how he's doing this year. He's playing awesome. Like he's playing really good hockey. You take it back last year, he was brutal. Why? Because he had no defense. There was no help for him. Year prior, brutal. Why? No defense.
I mean, there still isn't a lot more defensive help than last year, but I
Yeah,
do agree with you. Yeah,
Hart's
It's
been good.
helping.
He's been
It's
good.
helping. Defense definitely helps.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that. To add on to that, there have been names that have been flowing out there. If the Canucks do decide to make a coaching change, we're not saying that they will. I mean, this post from Elliot Freeman and Rick Dhaliwal says otherwise, and it says that it's probably going to happen. But if they are going to make a coaching change, some of the names that are out there, Rick Tocchet, Barry Trotz, Alain Vigneault, who do you guys think they should hire? Who do you think would be the best course of action for Vancouver right now?
If they are looking to win, I think the obvious answer would be Barry Trotz. He's kind of a similar coach to Boudreaux, not like personality wise, but like coaching wise. So
That's why I got the mixed
actually,
up.
that doesn't make sense because if you want to hire somebody similar, that wouldn't work. Actually, I take that back. Go ahead, Carter.
They need more of like a defensive minded coach. Like looking at what it is, they need someone who's a little bit more focused defensively to help Demko.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You've seen how that kind of helped the Jets too. Like Bonus, he's a little bit more of like, hey, play defense, but if we're in the zone, rush. And look how it's helped Hellebuyck.
Insane right now. Like his stats are really good.
It's crazy. It's crazy what a good defensive coach can do to your scoring. Sure, you can call it boring hockey, but if you're trying to win games, you don't care about how boring the game is.
Prime example: New York Islanders.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Trust me. Yeah.
Their playoff run those past two couple of years where they were making the most boring hockey I've ever watched.
Yeah.
I mean, like it wasn't boring, but
like,
it's
not boring. But it's like
repetitive and just the same thing, same defensive minded structure. Maybe they need Barry Trotz then. I mean, like maybe like a good solid defensive coach could really help out Demko. And I mean, like that defense isn't. I mean, like that defense is bad, but it's still kind of fixable. I mean, like
like they just added Ethan Bear.
Yeah, and Ethan Bear.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Against. I think it was Bear scored the other night against the Sabres. I think it was the Sabres. So
they played Sabres yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, there's still some potential here in Vancouver, but I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Any final thoughts on Vancouver?
In the quote from Elliot Friedman and Rick Duval, it was Rick Tockett's name had been thrown out there. So I kind of looked at his.
I meant to say Rick Tocchet.
Yeah, so I kind of looked at his stats. And even though he was on a pretty brutal Arizona team, he still didn't do that bad. Like he kept them above 200 for 2 seasons, under 200 for 2 seasons, and 1 season he was .11 off of 500, so still pretty solid.
Yeah, I know like Tocchet always gets that bad picture of being that coach for the Arizona Coyotes. But, I mean, like, there were some seasons where he was coaching that was absolutely brutal, but he actually looked pretty solid. Actually had some pretty good stats for a team that was mediocre for years.
Yeah, for a team that's not trying to compete, he kind of made them close.
Yeah, maybe that will be a good piece for Vancouver if they do decide to fire Boudreau. But, like, again, it's unfortunate that they're firing him. Like, it's not his fault, really.
No.
And, like, I don't know, like
it's honestly on like the fact that they're firing him after he hasn't even played 82 games. He hasn't played 82.
Yeah.
He hasn't coached 82 games. If you're firing a coach a year in, you gotta take a look and be like, what's our issue? Because obviously right now it doesn't seem to be coaching.
Yeah, we don't even know if they're gonna fire him either, but
no.
Yeah, and like the fact that we're even discussing rumors of this is outrageous because he he was literally signed to a deal around a year ago today. So
yeah, like it's crazy. It's crazy that we're even like having to like discuss this because like having to fire a coach after 1 year for just strictly play reasons is insane.
Yeah, and I think that means you should take a look at you fired Benning. And you thought that was your problem. You fired Green, you thought that was your problem.
Yeah, you fire them, you bring in Boudreau, he wins you games, and then now you can him because he's not winning games. Like,
yeah.
Where do you go to the point where you think it's ownership's fault? And I've touched base on it. I said Aquilini doesn't want to tear it down. Maybe that's it.
It's getting close.
It's
getting close to having to look and be like, is this even like the right owner? Like when, like, I don't even know.
I mean, like at first you had an excuse because Benning and Green have been criticized for years on end, but now you have a whole new management, an entirely new team, an entirely new staff. It's got it and they're still not performing. So I don't know. I think it probably at that point you probably do look at Aquilini, but is Aquilini going to sell? Hell no. So at that point when you get to the owner, what can you really do?
There's nothing,
and he hasn't in the past, and he won't now.
Yeah. So really nothing you can do. But,
yeah.
Any final thoughts on Vancouver, guys?
No, but I don't know.
All right.
Such a confusing team.
Sorry. Anyway,
Yeah,
what'd you say? Wait, what'd you say?
that it's a confusing team.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, here moving on to headlines. We're gonna talk about some stuff here. Matt Murray made his return this past week against the Pittsburgh Penguins, and they reluctantly beat them. So big win there for Matt Murray in his return. Some sad news: Patrick Laine is out 3 to 4 weeks with a sprained ankle. This kills my prediction again.
Yeah,
Kills my fantasy team too.
yeah, right.
For
I
those
mean,
who
it doesn't
don't know,
kill me for anything. But
I had a very bold prediction where I said Laine would score 55 goals. It goes down to this day as probably one of my hottest and one of my worst takes of all time.
It's injuries. Like honestly, you can't. You can't
How
even
many does
be
he have
mad
so
at you
far?
just because the reason it doesn't hit is because of injuries.
I don't even think he's had like 5, Jack.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. He has not played well. In the
Yeah.
games where he has played, he has not played
Well,
well.
Well,
I
he
mean,
had the injury earlier too.
Oh yeah.
He was supposed to be out longer for
Yeah,
that.
he was. Yeah.
Why? Like,
What do you guys think the odds of him getting that injury were because of his suit he wore?
Oh, those suits. Were
Did you guys see
That was
that one?
definitely
Yeah, I
the
saw
suits,
that
bro.
one.
Oh,
Yeah.
When Johnny
man.
Gaudreau beat the Flyers and he was walking in with that. Yep, I saw that. Only in Ohio.
Only in Ohio.
Hey,
Thomas
Manitoba is pretty much the Canadian Ohio. It's ridiculous.
Only in Manitoba. Thomas Chabot has been placed on injury reserve. A big loss for the Ottawa Senators, undisclosed injury. We're talking about Ottawa a little bit later, but we still want to touch base on this. Very troubling injury there, and it just adds to yet again another list of injuries for the Ottawa Senators. Zach Werenski is out for the season with a ankle injury, if I'm correct, similar to Laine, except he's out for the whole year. Columbus, man, they might tank for Bedard.
I thought it was something with his shoulder.
It might be shoulder. I don't even know. I didn't write that.
I'm pretty sure it was shoulder because I remember seeing it, and he was like grabbing his shoulder. I'm pretty sure he went to hit Travis Konechny, and Konechny completely dodged it. And then
Yeah, you're right. It might have been shoulder. I don't know. I just wrote down out for season, so I guessed ankle. I was wrong. But yeah, Columbus, man, they got Peak out. They got Blackenberg's out. Laine's out. That blue line, man.
Just that team is just banged up.
Whole new level.
Yeah, they are. And they had a really bad start.
Yeah, we'll see if we'll definitely see if that will carry on. But yeah, they don't look good so far. Louis Eriksson, the man himself, has signed in Sweden.
Yeah, he's not done.
Hockey League team now. He finally got signed to a contract. The man, the myth, the legend. I think he scored a total of 10 points during his contract with the Canucks. Yeah.
10's better than 0.
And then, as well as that, Nicholas Hjalmarsson additionally came out of retirement to also sign with a Swedish Hockey League team. So yeah, that's all I got for headlines. Carter, I knew you had a couple things you might have wanted to throw.
I did have 2 things. One was I'm pretty sure that my mind could be playing tricks on me, but we were hearing like Gaudreau possibly to the Islanders, right? Or was that just me?
I think no, actually they didn't call. They never called him.
Yeah, I know, but we were all
That was one of his
speculating,
top
right?
options,
Like that was
too.
like a speculation, right? Or am I just
that
being
was
completely
100%.
dumb?
It's kind of like Kadri, except Kadri.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that was a speculation, and Gaudreau was getting booed every time he was touching the puck against the Islanders, and then after the game, he came out and said, "I don't know why they're booing me. I was never in talks with the Islanders." So, just completely playing tricks on us. It's ridiculous.
I mean, well, doesn't surprise me. I mean, like it's not his fault though, really. I mean, like
No.
it's the Islanders didn't talk to him. If the Islanders actually like talked to him and he still picked Columbus,
Then sure, go for it. Boo all you want.
yeah,
But if your team didn't make an offer, you can't say
Ruin the
anything.
team.
don't. Yeah.
And then I had one more thing. Oh, are you talking about it?
No, I don't. You can go.
All right. So this was my last headline. This is from Elliot Friedman. The Senators had a trade for a defenseman vetoed because he didn't want to go to Ottawa. Who do you guys think this player was?
Chychrun?
I I actually
Wait, did this like just come out?
I don't know. I got it from Puck Empire today. So
Probably a
Oh.
few hours, probably like a few hours ago. Yeah,
I
It's
I have
probably-
no clue.
me neither.
Is Ottawa really trying to get a
anybody
defenseman right now?
they're with Shabbat out, they gotta try and find someone.
Okay. I forgot about that.
I don't know who this could be.
Yeah, same.
I honestly
Kale
don't.
McCarr. No, I'm kidding.
Would you say Yarn?
I said Kale McCarr.
Kale McCarr. Yeah, that's it. Oh man, Colorado like 18th in the league. Yeah, they need this to sell it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shut it down. Trade McKinnon.
Trade McKinnon, trade McCarr, sell the whole team.
McKinnon for Patrick
one
Kane.
more thing. We'll throw in a couple more things in here since we do have some extra time. The San Jose Sharks are open to listening to trade offers on Erik Karlsson. Now, we actually haven't talked about how red hot Erik Karlsson's been. He's been absolutely insane. Okay, maybe we did.
Yeah.
but
We did, but you know.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, guys. All right. Funny story here. So we actually did have.
Sorry.
We had episode 8 last week. We had it made last week, but then Nordic got really busy and wasn't able to edit it and upload it at the right time. And in that episode, we talked about the Penguins' 6-game losing streak and the Blues' 8-game losing streak, and both of those streaks were broken. So we're like, well, what's the point of even posting it? So here we are, episode 8.5, I guess, if you want to call it. But yeah.
The one that got away.
But anyways, moving on to here with Erik Karlsson. I can't see why any team would want him.
No.
Yeah,
No
you
one-
mentioned it
no one
earlier,
is
just
gonna
that
pick it.
contract. Nobody's going to pick it up.
Exactly. I mean, like, he's playing great right now. God bless him. I mean, like, he's going to be in San Jose until 2026. God bless him. But he doesn't get traded. I can't see any team that would want to trade for him.
Yeah, me neither.
And especially like the salary he's on.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's not even the salary, it's the term. Like, if this was like a contract, like, let's say it's Klingberg's, where it's like 7. I know he's not getting paid $7 million, but like, let's say it's like for 1 year, he has 1 year left on his deal. Yeah, then probably why not acquire him? Because then he's going to free agency. But you still got to deal with that contract for like 4 years afterwards, or 3 years, however long afterwards. So I don't really see the point. And then also, people were even suggesting Ottawa. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This makes no sense. They can't re-sign then DeBrincat and Artem Zub.
Yeah, exactly. And I would rather Zubin DeBrincat than Erik Karlsson.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. That's their future.
And not only that, Friedman thinks it too. I'm like, dude, you know.
Yeah.
And especially with like what went down with Ottawa, I know it was like kind of a salty ending, but still, it's just like I don't understand. So
I got one thing to bring up here as well. You guys have probably seen this. The Anaheim Ducks, 5 wins, 16 games played, 0 wins
regulation.
in
Oh,
regulation.
yeah, I saw that. I made a tweet about that too.
That is
I don't know.
crazy.
That is brutal. Like, I mean, like, you talk about bad starts with Vancouver and Columbus. I think we talked about Anaheim in the episode with Max, but that is brutal, man.
That's not good. That's not a
Oh.
recipe for success. 5 wins, none of them in regulation.
all in overtime. That's actually crazy. When I saw that, I'm like, there's no way they haven't won a regulation yet.
Like that's
Horrible.
That's ridiculous. That's crazy. But like, I guess don't take Anaheim to overtime if you're trying to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, when you're playing an overtime competition, your competitor is Anaheim. Yeah. But yeah, that's it for headlines. You guys got anything else? That's all I got.
I don't.
Alrighty. Well, anyways, we're gonna move into our next segment. We've talked about them a little bit, but we're gonna talk about the Ottawa Senators. We'll be right back. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back. So, a couple episodes ago, we made our cup predictions, and our guy Jack here predicted the Ottawa Senators. How's that going for you so far, Jack?
It has not been very well.
Nah,
That's all I'll say.
that's it, to say the least. Well, so far, the Ottawa Senators, man, have they been bad. This team really, they were expected to be good. I mean, getting guys like Claude Giroux, Alex DeBrincat, some good acquisitions, they were expected to be good. And look at this. They are 5-9-1 at the time of recording this video. Actually, are they winning against the Sabres right now? At the time of recording this video, they're playing.
I saw they were tied.
At the time of recording, they are up by 1.
They're up by
Okay.
1. Okay, so they're winning right now, but
Go-ahead goal by
Still-
Brady Tkachuk.
Yeah, they're still going to be 5-9-1 or like 6-9-1 or 5-10-1, one of the two. And this isn't new. This isn't a new thing that's happened for the Ottawa Senators. You look at 2021, they were 2-12-1, not 12-2-1, 2-12-1 to start the year for 15 games played. In 21-22, they were 4-10-1, and this year they're 5-9-1. So nothing's changed here. And a lot of blame has come towards the Ottawa Senators coach, DJ Smith. So I ask you guys the question, do you think they should fire DJ Smith?
Can him. He's proven nothing.
I agree. I mean, like
Can.
you look at the past couple of years, like he's done really nothing. And I don't know why Dorian isn't considering firing the guy. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like it's honestly really stupid. I mean, you look at this team. Brady Tkachuk is over a point per game. He has goals tonight against Buffalo. We're not including those stats. Claude Giroux, 9-game point streak. He may even be at 10 now if he scored against Buffalo. Stutzel and Batherson have looked great. The Brinkats looked great. The only issue is that like their defense. I mean, Zaitsev looked horrible. He's in the AHL now. But Sanderson, Shabbat have looked good. But even then, Shabbat's hurt. Zub's hurt. Norris is hurt. So many injuries piled on top of each other. Just rough. Absolutely rough right now for the Ottawa Senators. And I think that, like, at least right now, they should fire DJ Smith. Because Smith got this team out of the rebuild. We'll give credit to where it's due. He got the team out of the rebuild. Now it's time for them to take the next step. And DJ Smith has proven that he can't give this team the next step they need. So I think that's where you should make a coaching change.
He hasn't proven anything. He hasn't even gotten them above 500 yet.
Nope.
Through his 3 seasons with them. And even if we let's say that all those injuries, even without those guys, this is still a roster that should compete.
Exactly.
You have probably 4 great players: Tkachuk, Stutzel, Giroux, DeBrincat. Those are just a few of the guys on that roster who are really helping this team. Even with any team would kill for those 4 guys and probably make the most of it. DJ Reader is not making the most out of the roster that he has been just graciously handed.
Did you say DJ Reader? Who is that? Who's DJ Reader?
I don't know. What's his name? DJ Reed?
DJ Reed? Anybody
What
know
is his name?
Jack? Is that like a
No. What's the coach's name?
Oh, DJ Smith. So it's all good. It's
all
all
right,
good, Carter. No need to get down
It's
about it.
it's all good.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'm back. DJ Smith, he hasn't proven anything. You have to can him now.
I 100% agree with that. I don't understand why you just wouldn't fire him. Like I said, he needs to pull the team out of the rebuild, and he's proven that he can't do that. So get a coach in there that can. We talked about with Vancouver, so many coaches are on the market right now. You got Barry Trotz, you got Alain Vigneault, you got Travis Green, you got Rick Tocchet. You got so many options out there. Make a coaching change. And then also, we touched base with this with the Erik Karlsson thing, but they're also looking to trade for a defenseman. Yeah, go out and get someone like Chychrun. Maybe make that final move. I know you don't want to give up a guy like Shane Pinto, but that could really be your turnaround player.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Whether it's Chychrun or some defenseman, maybe you got to lose some of the players that are young and youth to win now. So that's kind of what I think about the Ottawa Senators right now.
They do have a lot of young talent on that team too.
Yeah, they have a lot of young talent. And I mean, DJ Smith has done a good job of getting this team through the woes. But I honestly think that now you should definitely make a coaching change.
Yeah.
So yeah, any last thoughts on the Ottawa Senators and what they should do?
No.
Hopefully they pick it up here.
Hopefully Ryan Reynolds buys the franchise.
Yeah, I know.
And turns them around.
We never talked about that, but apparently Ryan Reynolds is interested in buying the Ottawa Senators, which I thought was very funny. And honestly, do you guys think we should buy the Ottawa Senators? Should the NordCast put all their money towards buying the Senators?
Yeah, we should.
I already started a GoFundMe, for NordCast to buy the Ottawa Senators.
That's a double idea. Honestly, if we had the money, we should. If we were all really rich, we could buy that.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'd do that all day. Get my boy to drink it.
Yeah, imagine how good we can make that team if all three of us were the owners.
Dude, Jack would instantly name DeBrincat captain.
Oh, I
That'd
would.
be his
You
first
already know.
move.
Jack would name DeBrincat captain. If Kachuk didn't like it, they would trade him 100%.
I would build the team around that dude.
He'd just find the oldest Blackhawks. If Patrick Kane's retired, he's being like, "Hey, I'll offer you 10
Oh
million
no, Kane's coming out of retirement. He's playing with us.
Play fourth line. I don't
Offering him the
care."
whole salary cap. Just
Yeah.
yeah. All right. But anyways, moving on here. So in the week that we took off for the podcast, there was something that happened involving the Boston Bruins. We wish we had Max on a little bit longer or a little bit later on before this happened, because we knew that it would cause a lot of controversy. Mitchell Miller signed with the Boston Bruins on Friday. I think it was like November 2nd or something like that. Somewhere around there. I'm not entirely too sure. And then the Bruins parted ways with him that Sunday following. Who wants to start? Go ahead. Whoever wants to go.
All right.
There's no words to even answer that. Like, that is the most brain dead thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
This is one of probably one of the most hated people in hockey right now because of what he's done, and you go out and sign him. You are on an absolute roll without signing him. You sign him, you lose. There's no, he is one of the most hated people in hockey right now, and you go out and sign him. It is the most brain dead thing I have ever heard.
Yeah, and then Foligno saying when a team is hot like they are right now, and then you sign him, it kind of kills the vibe in the locker room. That's coming from a former captain too. So
yeah. That's honestly just. The Bruins apparently have retained former Attorney General Attorney General Loretta Lynch to conduct a review on their player vetting process. So they're gonna really take a look at this here and be like, why did we even sign him? I mean, it should be pretty obvious why you shouldn't have signed him. I don't know why you're hiring this big official attorney to figure it out.
So I don't know if you guys have follow this guy. Do you guys know who Perdome is, or Perdome? Whoever he is?
I think I've heard of him.
I don't.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure it was him at least. He basically busted a bunch of, or I don't know if he
him and his
busted.
friends.
No, so he got a bunch of comments about Mitchell Miller, and basically saying that Mitchell Miller, if I'll send you the thing, Nordic, you can insert it right here about him talking about it. I won't discuss it because I don't really know what it is. I'll send you the video, just insert it right here. Yeah, so just do that. But yeah, pretty much the video kind of speaks for itself.
All right, we'll play that video right now.
So recently I made a video about Mitchell Miller and how it seems that he got a bunch of families from his hometown to publicly try to drum up support for him and slander his victim. And I had a few comments on the video that made me a little bit suspicious that maybe this Miller PR campaign had reached my TikTok. Specifically this one. I called it out as a Miller family friend comment, but it looks a little bit suspicious. This is a really specific and very sinister talking point. Basically that Isaiah, the victim, is not as disabled as the media is making him out to be. He's also somehow playing this angle about Isaiah being in a gang, which feels like a really concerning racial dog whistle. And it seems like my suspicions about the source of this comment were correct, because look at what this guy comments shortly after his first comment. Literally admits that he's one of the family friends that's been sent to drum up support. It's all but confirmed now that Mitchell Miller tried to create a PR campaign to slander his victim. That's not good. That's not good.
Yeah, that's just absolutely horrible. Honestly, listening to that clip, that is terrible. The fact that he tried to make himself look good through his family is absolutely,
that's not something that you want.
Yeah. My prayers go out to the victim. Did you guys see his statement? I think I might have posted it on my story at one point.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. Obviously, you guys don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah. The victim did make a statement, and it was probably one of the most heart-wrenching things I've ever read. So best of wishes go out to him and the Bruins, man. Why would you even do this? There's no remote reason why you should have even done this. And I'll throw this thing in here too. I remember seeing a tweet saying that the Bruins have signed Jeffrey Dahmer to a 3-year entry-level contract. Being like, we forgive him, and it was like a meme. It's just like, that's pretty much what
Which
they
one's
did.
Worse?
Dahmer. I'm gonna be honest, Dahmer.
Yeah.
Dahmer. Have you seen what Dahmer's? Have you guys seen that?
No, I'm not watching that.
I haven't seen it, but I know who Dahmer is.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable. Very very bad show.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, any final thoughts on the Miller situation? I mean, like, it's just really unacceptable. There's really nothing else we can say. Be
No,
honest.
there's nothing else. Just the fact that he didn't apologize straight to the family
Yeah,
is absolutely insane.
All right, but moving on here to our final topic. So the Leafs are down Ryan Ellis and TJ Brody for a while. So me and the NordCast have compiled 3, actually 4, because Carter has 2. 4. What's up?
Ryan Ellis?
Oh, Ryan Ellis is Ryan Ellis?
You said Ryan Ellis.
Oh, did I say Ryan Ellis?
I swear you did.
I said Jake Muzzin and TJ Brody. Okay.
I could have sworn you said Ryan Ellis.
Well, Ellis is out too, so it would make sense if I said Ellis. But yeah, Muzzin and Brody are out. Okay. And me and the NordCast have compiled 4 different trades that involve different defensemen and see if they are accurate or not. We're each going to grade them. Like, let's say Carter announces a trade, me and Jack are going to grade them. So let's see here. Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Carter.
Oh, Carter, I think
all right.
You got 2, so you got to go.
Okay. I hate going first because now I have to like set the pace. This is
Yeah, set the
I hate
tone.
this.
Come on.
All right. So my first trade involves the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Arizona Coyotes. The Toronto Maple Leafs ship off Justin Hall and Mac Hollowell for Troy Stetcher.
Oh, that's not bad. I thought you were gonna say Chikrin, and like
No.
Well, that's mine. So
I thought when you said Hall and McAulay guy, Mac Holloway, I was like, "There's no way he's doing that for Chikrin."
No, that's a severe underpay for Chikrin.
For Stetcher, that seems accurate. Honestly, that's an overpay for Stetcher.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I couldn't like I was contemplating like maybe I throw in like a 6th round pick or something.
I honestly would rather keep Hall, to be brutally honest with you. But yeah, I'm gonna give that trade a C. It seems pretty realistic. A little bit of an overpay on Toronto's end, but I'll give it a C. What do you think, Jack?
Yeah, I mean Arizona, they're obviously gonna ask for a lot. So I give it a B-.
B-. All right. Carter, what's your other one?
I'll let you guys go. I'll come back to mine.
Oh, okay. All right. Jack?
All right. So my trade, this may seem like a lot, but I know Arizona's asking for a lot. So I'm going 2 first-rounders in Rasmus Sandin.
Oh,
for Chikrin?
Yeah, for Chikrin. Yeah,
Rasmus
Chikrin.
Sandin for Jacob Chikrin?
Yeah.
Whew. 2 first-rounders, I'll admit, is bold. Definitely. I know
It is.
That's what they're asking for.
As time moves on, that may move down to 1, just because they might get a little desperate at moving him out. But yeah, I think Sandin, he'd fit.
Yeah, I think Sandin, I mean, like, he kind of showed signs of wanting out of Toronto when they wouldn't sign him to a contract. So maybe that's kind of the direction they go. I could see it. I'm going to give that trade a B overall. I think that's a good deal. What do you think, Carter?
Yeah, I'd give that a B+.
Yeah, seems pretty accurate. Anyways, moving on to mine. So this trade I put together, it involves the Anaheim Ducks and the Toronto Maple Leafs. So Toronto is going to ship off a 2022 first, forward Wayne Simmons, and defenseman Rasmus Sandin in exchange for 50% retained John Klingberg.
Okay.
I look at, like, Klingberg obviously on that 1-year contract. That's the difference between Chikrin and I don't know about Stetcher's deal. I think Stetcher is also 1 year, but I think Klingberg on a bad team like Anaheim, he's looked pretty bad, but I think on a team like Toronto, he could definitely help out that right D side and definitely provide a lot of benefits for them. So what do you guys think?
Yeah, I kind of like that trade. I feel like that definitely that would kind of close to add up. I'd give that a A-.
Yeah, I'm also gonna give it an A-. I think it's good for both sides.
Oh yeah, Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. Carter,
Right.
what's your other one?
All right, so my last one involves John Klingberg as well.
Oh,
I went a little different direction. I kept Justin Hall in it, but it is Justin Hall, Victor Mete, and a 2023 first round pick for 50% retained John Klingberg.
oh, I said 2022 first, didn't I? Crap.
Yeah.
We're not in 2022 anymore. I'm stuck in 2022.
No.
That's a good deal. I'm gonna give that an A. That's probably the best trade. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna give it a minus.
A minus. Okay, so
I win.
Very
No,
good, Carter.
Carter.
He goes from the worst one to the best.
Oh yeah.
All right, yeah, that's fair. Carter wins the trade. Let me know what you guys think is the best trade out of all of us in the comments below. But anyways, we're not done here. We're gonna take a look at some trade proposals that I found through Cap Friendly. I got a total of 5 of them, so this should be some fun. Anyways, here this first one is with the Carolina Hurricanes. So the Toronto Maple Leafs are shipping out Justin Hall, Semyon What the heck? I need to share my screen. What is this name? Okay, so for the audio,
Brent Pesce?
yeah, it's for Brett Pesce.
I saw that one.
For the audio listeners, you won't be able to obviously see this, but this guy's name is Semyon Arguchinstev.
I'm not going to attempt it. And Norik has the worst speaking out of anyone here on this podcast. And
the name pronunciation.
I can't even get that. No one can get this.
Yeah, that's a brutal last name. And a 2024 second round pick in exchange for Brett Pesce.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Pesce isn't terrible. I don't know if they want to give up Brett Pesce that quickly though, Carolina.
No.
I think they might want a little bit more.
No, they're not. I don't think they would.
Yeah, maybe a 2023 second. I give that trade a B minus. It seems okay.
I would give it a B. I just don't know who the prospect is, so
I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know who the heck Simeon whatever that spelling is. I don't really know anything about him, so I'm gonna give that a C, just because I don't know who that guy is. I'm gonna be honest.
All right, that's fair. Next trade here involves the Ottawa Senators. This one, the Toronto Maple Leafs are shipping off Topi Niemela and a 2024 second round pick, and the Ottawa Senators will be trading away Artem Zub to the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's actually no, not an F. That's a D minus. I don't think this person understands the value of Artem Zub to that Senators team.
Yeah, this is an F for me.
Incredible.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm pretty sure this is a Leaf fan.
Oh,
there is no shot you're giving up probably a. Do you guys know who Toppy is?
No,
I don't.
I recognize his name, but I know he's not a big name player.
There's no way you're giving up a non-top prospect and a second round pick to get Artem Zub.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah.
F.
Unless
give it an F too.
And 15% salary retained too.
No. Oh, what? Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's an F. That's an F for me. Definitely 100%. That's a bad deal.
No chance I'd ever go down.
I didn't look at any of these. I just
if they had for most I used to do the armchair GM, and I would make the most ridiculous trades where I'd trade McDavid for some trash player, and then I published it, and the amount of comments I'd get on Cap Friendly of just being in what world does this make sense? I'm I don't know.
They don't know it's a joke.
Are there?
Yeah, I'm I just thought this would be fun. Nope.
Oh, there's no comments on this one.
Yeah,
anyways, here moving on to the next one. This one involves Parayko to Toronto.
Ooh.
Starting off here, the St. Louis Blues would acquire Justin Hall, a 2023 first round pick, and a 2024 fourth round pick in exchange for St. Louis Blues defenseman Colton Parayko. This trade is actually more realistic. I'll give it to the creator here. Yeah. This is way more realistic. What do you guys think? I don't know.
I don't know. That's
Colton Parayko is a really good defenseman. I think you gotta maybe change that fourth to maybe a third or a second.
I do think Toronto's given up a little too much here, though.
Yeah, because the Blues have been pretty.
But they'd be willing to do it though. So.
Yeah.
Getting a guy
the Blues would do it, but I don't know. In my opinion, it seems like a little bit of an underpay.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm gonna give that a I'm gonna give it a C plus.
I'll give it a B minus.
An all right deal. I don't know. What do you think, Jack?
Yeah, I'll give it a B.
All right.
Is that a trade that involves the Chicago Blackhawks? Jack's ready for that.
Ooh, there it is. Who is it? Seth Jones?
Next up here, this one involves actually this one's very similar to Carter's, kind of. This one involves John Klingberg. The Toronto Maple Leafs would trade over to Anaheim Justin Hall, Joey Anderson, Ronnie Hervonen, and a 2023 first round pick in exchange for Ducks defenseman John Klingberg, who's 50% retained, and a 2024 fifth round pick. I think you might want to include another draft pick in there if you're Toronto. Not
I think so
if
too.
you're 50% retaining John Klingberg, you got to cough up a little more.
I'm not saying add in like Nick Robertson, but add in a solid prospect. I don't know how good Ronnie Hervonen is, but maybe add in another draft pick too. Maybe take away one of those other players like Hervonen or Anderson. Maybe put in another draft pick. I think that would be a pretty accurate trade. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a B plus. It's probably the best one I've seen so far.
Yeah, I'll give it a B plus.
B plus. Is that what we're all going for? All right. And last but not least, to wrap up this episode, we got one with Chicago.
Whoa.
This one is big. The Chicago Blackhawks would acquire Adam Gaudette, Alex Kerfoot.
Again.
Got it again. Timothy Liljegren and a 2023 third round pick that belongs to Ottawa in exchange for Max Domi and Jake McCabe. And look at what this Leafs playoffs prep. That's what this trade is titled. That seems like a great playoff prep to me.
You know what? See, this is a tough one because Max Domi's been very good this year.
What did I just do?
You backed out of it.
There we go.
The Toronto, did I see?
What do you think, Jack?
Yeah. For the Leafs, I give this an A, and for the Hawks, I give it a B minus.
I think it's an all right deal. I mean,
I do too. I think the Hawks would do this too because Domi's on a 1-year contract.
Yeah,
I think McCabe's in the last year of his deal too. So
all those guys are expiring. I mean,
yeah, McCabe is a very he's a solid defensive defenseman, and he can score a goal here and there too. He is actually one this year.
Kerfoot would be a really good top 6 forward to have, but the Blackhawks
He definitely would. Yeah.
That's confusing. I mean, Domi's a good trade deadline player, but I don't think really. I don't know if I give up Kerfoot for him.
Yeah, that's the thing. They probably.
I'm gonna give it a B minus overall. What do you think, Carter?
I don't know. B.
B.
I'll give that a B.
Yeah, that seems fair. All right. But anyways, that concludes this episode of the NordCast. You guys got anything left to add? Anything else?
I do not. Thank you for listening.
All right. Thank you all very much for watching or listening. If you guys have enjoyed this one, make sure to leave a like, the subscribe button, or follow us. Give us a 5-star rating. We greatly appreciate it. Anyways, that's it for us. Thank you all for listening or watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.
Peace.